sun is you're looking at stars through water. The watery firmament. That's the only reason for that lie.
The lunar wave makes it look like the moon is in water alone.
There's no lunar.
So it does look like there's water above the firmament.
All right.
That's where it first came from. Shawn Hawkins lying to his teeth saying there's no lunar wave. Crow went out of his way to cross-reference the lunar wave, and he thought it was an airplane and whatnot, and he's going through things, and he moved screen to show that it was just on the moon. He went through great extents to figure out what it was before he made any claims, and he still has left it up in the air. And listen to Shawn and his lies.
Hey, Lemon Bird, I already debunked that. He lives close, Crow 777 or whoever the guy was that did that. He lives near an airport, and you can time the.
So that's his claim, is he already debunked that, not somebody else. Shawn said he already debunked the lunar wave because Crow lives near an airport. He is such a liar, people. This man just lies. That's what he does. So I hope I've showed my point. I could go on for days, man. This guy is full of shit. He's not honest.
That he lives close.
The moon is in water alone.
There's no lunar.
So it does look like there's water above the firmament.
All right. Hey, Lemon Bird, I already debunked that. He lives close, Crow 777 or whoever the guy was that did that. He lives near an airport, and you can time the times that he takes his lunar wave photographs. You can time it to planes taking off. Before we go too far,
Such a lie. A bold, stone-faced lie. Whatever the lunar wave is. He has not even, he doesn't even, oh my God, just listen. Crow lived next to an airport. Okay, you said Crow. I've debunked Crow. He lives next to an airport. You can time the planes taking off. You just blab bullshit, bro. I'll rest.
The moon is waving. It's this.
Do you know where Crow lives, Shawn? Shawn, you led. Anyway, you led with he lives next to an airport. Do you know where he lives, Shawn?
No, I don't know where he lives, but my
you led with
and telescopes and optics leads me to believe that he lives near an airport and airplanes cross his path of vision.
And that's what he thought. He thought it might be airplanes, so he studied.
The fact that he claimed that the moon
Shawn,
was
why did you say he lives next to an airport?
He's a liar. He's a liar.
You are a fucking liar. Are you kidding me?
And
you're doubling down?
You assimilate with liars. That's why you like him.
I do already have the video out for Shawn, but I just thought personal attacks, and he's doubling, tripling down.
You lie, Brian.
I've got a question for Brian. Brian, if you like liars, why don't you like Shawn Hawkins?
Right? Dude, he's tripling down.
Proven that I've lied.
He is the worst person for this show and in this show. Okay, I might be the hottest head, but he's the most dishonest person in the show. I'll bet my left nut on that. No,
that's your opinion.
Okay. You said Crow lives next to an airport. You led with Crow lives. I debunked the lunar wave. Crow lives near an airport. You can time the planes.
Does he not live next to an airport? Do you have proof that he doesn't live next to an airport?
I rest my case.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Ladies and gentlemen, I rest my case.
Yeah, do you have proof that he does not live next? You can't answer the question, can you?
The burden rests on you.
You can't answer the question, can you?
The burden rests on you, Shawn. Do you know he lives next to an airport?
No.
Okay.
Then don't lead with he lives near a fucking airport.
More than likely, he lives next to an airport. See, Brian has a hard time understanding words.
Yeah, but you have to make up.
This is
point on that cool air, Brian. You are correct.
He was Shawn Hawkins after Beeble.
Oh, sorry.
And then he was Leo.
I wanted to address something that Brian said about the troposphere. The troposphere starts at about 10 miles, 8 kilometers up. Right. It's about 13 kilometers average.
Here's this dodo. Once again, I told the troposphere is ground level up to the clouds. This dodo is going to cut me off and say that the troposphere starts at 10 to 13 miles. He's full of shit, man. Just blurting shit out just to try and argue anything I say.
Mount Everest is about the only mountain range that's high enough to get up there. Most mountains are about 2.5 miles, 5 miles at the most. How does the troposphere figure into those mountains there, Brian?
I thought that the troposphere was ground level. Was that the thermosphere maybe?
No.
Okay. Well, tell me. Okay, then if I stand corrected, what is the part of the atmosphere we're in at ground level?
The air we breathe.
Yeah. What's the
It doesn't
name?
really have a name. It's just.
What's the name?
Just the air we breathe. He just doubles down, triples down with lies and bullshit. The troposphere is the air at the ground up to around cloud level. Varies between 0 and a few miles. He just says anything. This dude is a first-class imbecile.
That does have a name.
Yeah,
Listen to this, dude. This is what I mean. He just blurts shit, dude. It doesn't have a name.
Then I forget the.
Sean, if you keep just blurting shit out, dude, I'm gonna expose you, man. Dude, you just blurt shit out. That's the atmosphere is named in levels. Don't say that it's not. Now tell me the name of the part of the atmosphere at ground level.
I don't know.
It is the
Okay, so
troposphere.
I think that
It is the troposphere. So Sean was what? So Sean was what? Somebody what? Somebody back me up here. Okay,
Brian, make your point about the sun, Brian. The sun on LED.
Cold temperatures slow down light.
No, it doesn't. And if
It just says, no, it doesn't. Like, I done showed videos where they've slowed down light, with extreme cold temperatures down to as low as they've worked their way down and further. They've got down to like 4 meters a second. Okay? It ain't like there's just a temperature where all of a sudden the light starts to slow down. They've proven the colder the medium, the slower the light. And they've reached as low as 4 meters per second with extreme lows. But the point is he just blurts shit out. But this video is going to show where he just lies. If it's half the time, if he, he'll just deny shit, and half the time he'll just lie through his teeth.
if the light was somehow going, if it could slow down light, if it could slow down light, then that would mean, according to your example, that our atmosphere would have to be as cold as liquid nitrogen. Now show us where in our...
That's a damn lie. To slow light down to 4 meters a second would be the necessity. Then our atmosphere would have to be liquid nitrogen. Okay? He just lies. That's what this guy does. See if I can give you some better examples here.
Every sunset is red. The atmosphere is red. Okay, and every sunrise,
So I said, and every sunset, the atmosphere is red. Okay? The atmosphere. Okay, whether I'm right or wrong even. I mean, to my knowledge, every sunset I've ever seen, the atmosphere is red or reddish. Whether I'm right or wrong, that's my claim. The atmosphere.
All right, number one, the light from the sun is not red because it's moving away from us. The light of the sun is red.
So now he done switched it to the light from the sun. The light from the sun. Then is going to try and say that was my claim. My claim was the light from the sun. When I specifically said the atmosphere, not the sun.
The light from the sun is not red because it's moving away from us. The light of the sun is red because our atmosphere, the thicker it is,
The light from the sun is never red, and I did not claim that.
No, you started off by saying I said the sun is red. I said the atmosphere, the sunset is always red, reddish or red. The sunrise is always bluish. The atmosphere is always bluish. And yeah, there.
No, see, Brian completely misquoted me. I didn't misquote you, Brian. You stated that the sun at sunset, the light's red because the sun's moving away from you. That's what you said, and it's wrong.
That is.
You just heard me say specifically that the atmosphere is red, not the sun or the sunlight. This is what happens. Kids at home happen to be listening to this, stay off drugs. Because this is what happens to your brain on drugs. You can't remember what you said a minute previous.
When you're dealing with less pressure, they'll never get to zero because they can't. And every time they half it, it is literally half the temperature or half the pressure as before. And you can half it forever that we know of.
What part of what was it?
Sean, once again, look up.
No,
look, I know you're not running this time. This ignorance. Look up superfluid.
I'm talking. I'm tired of you interrupting me.
Look here, troposphere.
What part of billions of degrees lower than billions of degrees of absolute zero?
It's billion. Genius. It's billions
of a degree. What part of
everything he says, Jose? He's just blabbing, dude.
What part of almost a billion times colder than that in interstellar space do you not understand?
Is that your question? Okay, now look up superfluid. Okay? We have that. It's not microscopic like an Einstein-Bose condensate. Okay,
that's exactly what it is.
Billions.
Talking about
What you meant to say? What you meant to say is billions.
He just says that's exactly what it is. Even though I done showed that it's a superfluid and they had a whole fucking bowl of it. But no, it's an Einstein-Bose condensate, which is microscopic. He just blurts out anything, people. And he's saying that they've got billions of times colder. I'm sitting here telling him when you get down to absolute zero, it's billions. It's decimal places. But he don't get it.
Allow him to answer, Sean.
Everything he says is bullshit or wrong. You know, he just lies and blurts shit out. I don't think he's lying that time because he's just wrong. You know, he's saying billions of times, billionth. You know, they're getting down they're getting down to a billionth of a degree to absolute zero.
Post the link, dude. I'll post the link to it.
I know. I've seen that. I've seen what you read.
You can look it up.
Why did you say billions, though?
Here you go. It's in the side.
What is your point? First off, what is your point?
Now,
billions. Billions. Okay. Did anybody hear him say billions? I guess nobody's going to back me up once again. Nobody heard him say billions. It's billions.
Read it. The link's there, boy.
Read what?
Okay.
Click on it, boy. The link's right there.
It's time for me to jump in. Thank you, Sean.